Hello everyone. So today's reading is going to be about a monthly check-in for the month of May. We're going to I'm going to try and do this every single month, once a month for the monthly check-in to what the month to come. So we have, for pile 1, we have focus, and your candle is going to be the silver, sage, and pine. For pile 2, we have fairy tale, and your candle is the smoked vanilla and cashmere. And then for pile 3, we have soulful, and your candle is Bayside cedar. So go ahead and pick your pile. And the timestamps below in the description, you may go ahead and click that once you decide what pile you would like. By the way, BTW, we're going to do one card per week of the month. Alright, sorry about that, pile 1. I did not realize I was not recording the entire time. So basically I went ahead and pulled your cards for the entire month of May. I'm going to do one tarot per week, which I count 4 days or more as a week per month. And I'm going to do one oracle as well. We have the world for your first week. We have 10 of pentacles, 10 of swords for your second, 3 of swords for your third, 5 of swords for your fifth or fourth, and fifth is the magician. And your card was focus. I'm gonna go ahead and reread what the book says for focus. Hold on. So the intention for the month should be what you desire and envision for your life is already on its way to you. Concentrate on what is going well in your life and everything will follow suit. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. What is meant to be will happen exactly when and as it should. Positive thinking and taking healthy actions will attract wonderful events and opportunities into your life. Self-motivation is required to climb the ladder and reach your goals. You can do this. You are a self-motivator. Believe wholeheartedly that nothing can hold you back. Focus your intentions by creating a dream board, using meditation or journaling. These may be helpful tools to bring your dreams into realities. A whirlwind of miraculous energy will engulf you as you continue to focus on the desired outcome. So that's what I was saying. It's amazing that the magician had come out, because this whole month is about manifesting, and we're going to be ending the month really focusing and honing in on that type of energy. We are going to be, because you're going to be having a tough month, it seems like. And even with these struggles, it does not mean, everything is doomed. It means that you have the freedom. You have a chance to release something that is no longer working for you. And the fact that that is happening is going to allow you to move forward and being able to create the life that you want. You are no longer trapped within the cycle. And I'm going to already tell you, this kind of, to me, seems more like a long-term investment that you have been putting into, whether that is work or relationship. There has been some kind of long-term investment. And I say that because we have the 10 of Pentacles here, and it seems like, it's something that you had been pouring your heart in. It's something you've been building up for long term over time, and it's becoming the end of the cycle. This first week through May, you're going to realize, whatever you had done in the past has come to completion, and it's over now, and it's something that we're having to release. And it's going to be hard for you. By the third week of May, you're going to be realizing how hard it is for you to let this go. So I'm going to go ahead and, first of all, pull some more oracles for each week before I get too excited and talking about it. So what is the first week of May like? So we have courage arrives when you step over fear. All right. So it's going to be like, I feel like it's an ending that you know is inevitable, but it seems like something that you're going to have to take action for. It doesn't seem like an ending that's happening to you. It seems like it's going to be a decision that is going to be made. And really this first week of May, it's going to really come into light. You're really going to be considering and thinking about it, and you're going to notice like it's time to release this, no matter how fearful we are of this change and transition as we are from everything we don't know. It's good that it's good to release the fear, you know, it's like life challenging us and the trying to prevent us from going to where we need to go. And it is time for us to evolve. It's time for us to overcome those fears and make that tough decision to release. For the second week, you are your purpose, right? So you're going to be putting yourself first. This decision is about you. And you know, like, yes, I keep hitting mic. Yes, this life, the point of this life is to help other people and to focus. It's not supposed to be all self-centered. But if something is harming you and not doing you good, you can't serve people in the best way possible. If you are, you know, if you're like basically digging your own grave, if you're drowning yourself, you're in chains to these other people. No, we can't do that. We have to be in our best place and our best selves. We have to look out for ourselves so that we can serve others. We can't do that if we have so many burdens on our back. It's just, we can't function the way that we need to. And so to fully be able to give in the best selves, we need to be our best selves. We need to build our life around that and really look out for ourselves, because these other people, they will take advantage, and you have to look, and you have to be giving to, you want to be able to give to everyone, but you really need to like not get completely drained out by specific people that are not good for your life, or specific situations that just aren't for you anymore. It's time to move on. It's like, I know you've had success with it in the past. I know you've been building on it for a long time, but it's a dead end road, and you know it. And I know you keep thinking about it, and it's time to make that decision. It looks like that decision will be made. And so that's why it seems like in this third week, you're going to be kind of recovering from this. You're going to be trying to heal, because it's going to hurt. It's not easy to end things that you've been building upon for a long time. The third week says the light in you can lead the way. Okay. So I think that is going about like, whoa, it's like it has like a little face in the little nebula there. You are leading the way. It's almost like your third eye chakra right there. Like, follow your intuition and follow that healing light, because you have it inside of you. You have that light, and you have to trust where you're going, right? And you have to think of your intuition as like part of the oneness trying to speak to you, trying to communicate to you. That's why the thoughts kind of like randomly pop up in your head. It's kind of like where intuition comes from. It's where that knowing comes from, is the subconscious. It's the oneness of everything subconsciously speaking to you. And so that's why it's like deep down inside, you know this is for you. You know this has to be done. But you can also know that you can trust your light to guide the way, even though you feel lost and like it's hard because of this huge change. You have to trust yourself and knowing that you know the way. You really do. This fourth week, the 19th through the 25th, it does seem like you're finally accepting that this war of trying to resist this change is no longer worth it. It's no longer worth it for you, because you feel like, you know, it's going to continuously hurt yourself more and more and more. So it's like coming to this realization that it's not worth resisting anymore. It's going to continue to hurt yourself more and weigh you down more. So I feel like really this fourth week of May is about like truly releasing and truly understanding that this war of beating yourself over this situation is no longer necessary. It's only going to harm you. So I think it's a lot about releasing, but we're going to go ahead and see what your oracle says. So we have, it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. So it can maybe feel like, you feel like you're fighting with yourself and trying to trust yourself leading the way. And it's saying that, like, it is okay to ask for help for others. But I also do believe, like, these are other people helping to guide you, but that is your own light. So I think it's okay to ask for input from other people because they can also speak to the oneness in the subconscious, not just us individually. But I think it's a good consideration to kind of bring in both, trust yourself, and it's okay to ask for guidance from other people too. You don't have to feel like you have to go through this alone and hurt through this alone. Maybe someone can help bring insight and comfort when it hurts the most. That's usually how it goes. Like, we're not usually thinking straight when it hurts the most. And so someone who isn't as emotionally involved can be there to help comfort you and guide you. And, from the outside perspective, kind of let you know you're on the right path, or, whatever they think about the situation. But it can be very helpful to hear other people's opinions sometimes and what they, feel like, and know that you can come to them and you don't have to suffer by yourself. There's people who love and care about you. So it's kind of about remembering that and going if you need to. The last card we have here is you are on the right path. So this release is meant to happen. This release has to happen so that you can continue on in the right direction. Its spirit is seriously confirming to you that you are able to build and manifest the life that you need. You have all the tools that you need. It's time for you to move on and be able to do that. And you can only do that by releasing this thing that is no longer working for you. And it is time for you to start building something that is. So by the last week of May, with the time to start having some healing after this initial release, then you will continue on your new path, which is more of the right path for you. All right, so we're going to get additional messages for you guys. Additional messages. Additional messages. And some additional messages for pile 1. So we have celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. So it's encouraging you that success will come once we start putting in the work and the focus and what we need to be versus what's no longer working for us. We'll be able to have these small little celebrations, no matter how big or small, as it says. It's worth noting that we're moving forward. We have abundance. You're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you are deserving of it, and you believe that it will flow to you. This is the first step forward receiving. Breathe deeply and trust that it is on the way. It's another encouragement. I believe that you're on the right path. Abundance will come to you. Even through this time of hurt and pain and release, it's only to move forward in the direction that you need to go. Because whatever direction we're going before, maybe it was the right direction at the time and it was helping us grow, but it's no longer doing that. It's no longer serving us. So it's time to move into a direction that is, and that's the part of life, that things are always changing and always evolving, and what works for us for some time will not always work for us, and sometimes some things will. But this seems like a situation where it isn't, because we have reassess here. You're being asked You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. All right. So if it's something that is stressing you out, if it is something that is an extra burden that is not adding on to your life in any way or pushing you forward in any way, or if it just does not feel right inside, it does not feel fulfilling anymore, then that is one of those things that you need to be reassessing and thinking about in time to release those things, because again, that's extra balls and chains that we're adding to us that we do not need, that is not necessary, and that will not help us in the long haul and what we're trying to accomplish and do in this life, which is to evolve into our best selves as best as possible. So that's why we cannot hold on to things that will not be contributing to that. the rest of it says, notice who and what brings you joy, and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup, okay? All right, and then we're going to go ahead and pull a question and an answer card for you guys. So go ahead and think of a question that you would like answered. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that in for you. So what is the answer for pile 1? What is the answer for pile 1's question? Whoops. What is the answer for pile 1's question? Alright, so we have go more general and soon. Alright, and on the bottom of the deck we have, there we go. Something better will come instead. Alright, pile 1, this is all the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great week. Be sentient, be kind. Bye. Alright, pile 2, you guys chose fairy tale, and the candle is the smoked vanilla and cashmere. We're going to go ahead and light your candle. We're going to read your card. So the intention sent for this month should be look for glitter, sparkle, and shimmering moon dust. Create your own magical once upon a time story. So it's about creating your own life and creating your own story. Create and live your own fairy tale by following your dreams. Slip down into the rabbit hole of enchantment and wonder. Imagine something so grand that it makes you bubble over with gleeful excitement. Dream the impossible and draw joy into your life. Let the goodness and light-hearted energy fill your heart with awe-inspired visions. Live in the moment for a spell. As you soak in the glory, become lost in the stardust and moonglow as it whirls around you. Sorry, I was like thrown off when it had said spell because it was like a witch, and I know they're like playing on words, and I just wasn't expecting it, so I was like, make each moment and experience unforgettable. Write the pages and chapters in which your soul deserves to have a happily ever after. I kind of like that. Kind of write your page and chapters. Think of each week and each day as like a new page that you're writing, and what do you want to put in that page. You are kind of guiding the story and how you want to experience it, and realizing like each day is a new treasured experience. So it's kind of like, what are we filling this page with? There's going to be some surprises that we cannot control, and that's going to happen, but for the most part we can decide how we want these pages filled with our interactions with this outside world here. Woo! Making the fire go all everywhere. First week of May for pile 2. Second week of May for pile 2. Can I have the second week of May? Second week of May for pile 2. Okay. Third week of May for pile 2. Fourth week of May for pile 2. Fifth week of May for pile 2. Alright, so the first week of May, your oracle card is, you have the power to make yourself better. This is crazy. It's like kind of going back to what the fairy tale says. We're creating our own fairy tale. We can choose to create our world and make it a fairy tale, make our life one. It doesn't have to be dark and gloomy. It can be whatever we want. And it says you have the power to make yourself better. So it seems like that you have something that you are passionate about, but it seems like you've been holding it off for a while, and you still are in the first week of May. And it could be because of some kind of limiting beliefs and self-doubts, or it could be like the limiting beliefs can be either about yourself or the circumstances around you. You could be like, surrounding what you're trying to do and what you feel passionate about. You're like, oh, I don't have the funds for it. I don't have the time for it. It can be either one of those things, or just doubting that you're going to be successful, or just getting stressed out by seeing the big picture view of it, even though you are excited about the actual project. So this is really encouraging you and letting you know that you have the power to start this project and make it better. And just realize, you're taking it one step at a time. You don't have to always look at like the big picture and get overwhelmed by it. Just kind of focus on like, what can I do today, and kind of schedule that in. What can I do today to help and bring it along? And especially if it's something that you feel passionate about and excited about, kind of think more of that, like, ooh, what can I learn? Like, how can I get better at this? What can I acquire? Like, because I feel like once you start doing some research, I feel like it's going to ease a lot of the tensions that are there. A lot of tensions come from the unknown, and that's where self-doubts come from. But once you start kind of getting your feet wet a little bit and seeing what you're up against, per se, or just kind of seeing what all is involved and getting kind of a better understanding, just take it one step at a time, and don't pressure yourself that on a certain timeline, like, I have to get this done by this, or it's over. Like, it's good to have like kind of a general goal to be like, I would like to do this, but don't like pressure yourself too much on it, and just enjoy the process, okay? That's what my advice would be for that. Okay, so the second week of May, we have It Is Time to Move Forward. So it seems like, and during the second week, that Spirit is encouraging you to start this, whatever you are passionate about. And it does seem like, it has been something that you have been working on for a long time, or like, what I'm saying is like something you've been thinking about, maybe like something that about it is exhausting you. Like, it just seems like you've been over planning and overthinking this for a while, and that's why you just have not been moving forward. It could be like kind of stressful for you seeing that. You're almost kind of like asking yourself like, which way, how can I encompass and engulf this? But just kind of look at it, just dive in and start nurturing it. And it doesn't have to be, don't think about it as having to be like taking the right step, taking the right action, like you're gonna fall off an avalanche cliff if you take the wrong step. It's like, if you're moving one way and you realize, that's not working, you just move the other way. But it's just encouraging, just take that first step, even if it is the wrong one. It's just taking it is going to help you explore to figure out what is that correct step. So even if you don't feel like you're a master at this, like, the right steps to take, because it just seems like, even though you're passionate about it, it doesn't seem like you're for certain about what exactly the direction you want to go in with it. But like I said, it's all about the exploration and research and exploration. And just, even if you're doing all this research and you're still like, oh, I don't know which one, just kind of, like I said, just play around with multiple until you find something that works for you or feels right. All right, so it seems like the third week of May is really when you're going to start taking steps towards whatever it is that you are passionate about and you're trying to do. It seems like, again, you are faced with many, many choices and avenues on which to take, but I think you will be making that decision on which choice during the third week. So maybe the first 2 weeks, again, maybe take those time to get in some research. I mean, it seems like you're going to be a little hesitant about it, but 2 weeks is plenty of time to kind of, I don't know what you're researching. It may not be plenty of time, but either way, it's encouraging you to take steps forward and move forward, and that you are on the right path. So I really do think that you are going to be starting your journey during the third week of May, which is May 12th through 18th. I see it moving forward, and like this little entity here has wings, like they're just like flying off. It's like kind of representative of the butterfly, which is transformation into the next phase. So I do believe that you're going to be transcending and making that decision. The fourth week is universal love is true. So love all. So yeah, it's almost like also thinking about like why you're passionate about it. Is it to help other people, or is it to help just yourself? So everything that we do is supposed to be to grow our soul consciousness, is supposed to be to help other people. So what I'm saying is that our purpose here is to help other people, and I think that in itself can help bring your world into more of a fairy tale, more of a peace, because it has like a greater purpose, a greater meaning behind what you're doing, instead of being like stressed out and like how it's going to affect your life and if you're going to fail and if you're not going to get as far as you would like. It's kind of like you're looking at the intent behind it. The intent was, if it is and was to help other people, then it doesn't matter if you're going to fail. People won't mind. It's the intent behind it. They're going to be like, wow, it's amazing that you were even thinking about it and even taking that steps forward to even try and help people. Well, then they're going to be graceful about it. You can keep continuing on. You fail, well, don't give up. Just keep going and trying a different path until you find something that works. And so I think it's just all about like, you will be investing your time into this, and you're going to see some growth. You're going to see some movement. As you move forward, you're going to see some progression. Now, it doesn't have to be like the best thing ever when you first start, but it's all about experimenting and learning along the way and taking off that pressure, because that pressure is only there if you're like having to prove something, if you're having to, you know, feel like you have to do something to make your place in the world and all that. Like, don't even feel that way. Think about it more as like, I'm doing this to help other people, and I'm learning along the way in this journey to like, I can best do the job, and that's going to take time, and it's going to take experimentation. So just take off all the pressure from it, and I think that's going to go ahead and relieve any limiting and I would say hesitancy. It will relieve any hesitancy that you might be having around this. And I think you're going to be finding, like I said, a fairy tale and peace within that, within knowing that what you're doing is going to help not only evolve your consciousness to a higher level, but also help bring more peace for others, make others people's lives easier. All right, and then for the 5th week of May, which is the 26th through the 31st, we have the light in you can lead the way. So again, just kind of like trusting your guidance and your direction. And even though it may feel like, you know, you're progressing and you're not getting exactly the results that you want by the last week of May, even though you started this journey, do not let that stop you. Just keep trusting yourself and keep trying things out and keep progressing forward. Just don't let that slow you down or prevent you from moving on and continuing on with this. Just keep trying something else. And like I said, even though it's not immediate success, and even though it may feel like you're pouring everything into it, but it feels like you're not getting anything back from it. It's like it may feel like you're like losing everything that you're pouring into, like you're not progressing, you're not moving forward, you're not being successful. Just know that that is not what is happening. What is happening is that you are figuring it out along the way, and everything that you're pouring out is pouring out to others through the love and intent behind it is helping and pouring out through others. And that's why I think like people can see the Ace of Cups, and you know, everyone knows like the Ace of Cups forward means like your cup is overflowing. Everything you're doing is like all these emotion and love for what you're doing is overpouring. You're so excited. But, you know, it's in reverse. It seems like you're, you know, it's getting, I was like holding it over the fires and catching fire. It's going to soon turn into the Ace of Wands before we know it. Anyway, it's not, you know, it's not being poured out into nothing, into space. It's getting poured up, right? It looks like it's going up. And that's what I'm saying, that what you're doing is transcending out into others and out into the universe and making it a better place. And even though, again, it may feel like what you're doing is not progressing in the direction that you were hoping it is, knowing that what you're doing is progressing your consciousness in the way that it needs to, in the direction that it needs to go in. So you are progressing, even if it's not in the physical sense quite yet. It doesn't mean that it won't be. You just have to keep trial and error. So we're going to go ahead and get additional messages for pile 2, this month of May. Additional messages for pile. So we have jump. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the first leap anyways. This is that time. Let's go, guys. That's encouraging you. We have 2 cards about that. It is time to move forward. You're on the right path. Jump in. It may not be all aligned for you, but this is the time to take that first step, or you will never be able to progress forward. We have receive. You're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. They could be coming in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of the gifts and open up to them. So knowing that help may come along your way, the universe may throw you a little bone and along on your journey to help you progress forward, and knowing that you can accomplish things and you deserve it. Now last, I'm going to pull you guys an answer card, so go ahead and think of a question while I shuffle, and we'll try and get an answer for you guys. Alright, so I asked an answer for you guys, question for pile 2, and you guys' answer is no, okay? Alright, that's all the messages that I have for you, pile 2. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay sentient, stay kind. Bye, guys. Hello, pile 3. If you guys chose Soulful and Bayside Cedar, then this is your pile. I'm excited because I love the band Bayside. It's an old rock/emo band back in the day, back in the early 2000s. So really love listening to them. So that's why I'm excited. First time burning this candle and it smells really good. So we're gonna go ahead and get this lit for you guys. Ooh, that's why it's taking a while, because the first time. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and read the message for Soulful for you. The intention should be, let your magical light glow around you. Soft stardust will dance like fireflies in the wondrous twilight sky. That sounds like a poem. Know that you are magical and let that shine. Do not be afraid to let that shine, because there's something special about you, pile 3, and I feel like people just naturally radiate towards you. You have like this energy that is just so warm and bright, and you make other people feel good. You make them feel happy, and you kind of brighten up their day, and I think that kind of attracts them towards you. They kind of want a piece of pile 3. So the rest of the book says, your soul is the spiritual part of your being. Look closely into the mirror of the innermost existence, and you will find your deepest, rawest, most authentic thoughts and feelings. Each memory and experience that is a part of your soul is safely tucked away inside of you. Which is like, to me, I feel like that's more of like we carry kind of things that have happened to us in the past. We kind of subconsciously carry them, but really when it comes to being, it's just being present, it's just being there, just realizing that your conscious is there, experiencing everything. All right, so it says, light the sparks in your soul, be carefree, let your colors dance widely around you, dig deep and your garden will flourish and bloom endlessly. Your own soul journey is very personal. Protect your internal soul powers. You are the keeper of them. You are the keeper of them. Remember, You are a wondrous, soulful being who knows you best of all. You know yourself better than anyone else. Truly, again, I think this is really about enjoying your personality and who you are and really having fun with it and sharing it with others and letting other people enjoy it, because it's something beautiful to behold and enjoy with others. Pile 1's first week of May. Oh, sorry, pile 3. Pile 3 is for second week of May. Pile 3 is third week of May. Pile 3's fourth week of May. Pile 3's fourth week of May. There's a lot going on. Pile 3's fifth week. I'm going to get some clarification on this Three of Swords. Seems like there's some kind of financial burden here going on. So for the first week, which May 1st through 4th, the cards are confirming that all is well. I think it's more of an encouragement. It may feel like right now that you do feel like you're stuck in a place that you are unhappy with. It is not fulfilling for you. It's a little scary almost with how unknown it is and how how unknown the future is and how trapped you feel. You may feel like you're not progressing forward in any means. And you just kind of whether that is you're looking for a new job currently, or you're hoping to heal from some type of illness. It's something in the physical realm here. So it's either has to do with a job or health. I'm not really getting any vibes of love, nor am I getting anything to do with a home or anything. It's either something about money or health, I feel like, for the majority of everyone. It just feels this way to me. So I think the universe really is trying to bring comfort to you through this tough journey that you feel like you've been going on for a while. The second week, it does seem like you are wanting to heal and that you are ready to take the next step and leap into the next journey and moving on and forward through this. So this could possibly mean that you find a job or a plausible or a promising lead into new work, or a promising lead into some kind of healing path for you. But it does seem like to you, it just feels like you've been wanting to heal for so long. You've been wanting this success and forward movement, and it just feels like it's just beginning, and it just feels slow. It doesn't feel like it's a quick fix to the problem. It just feels like it's a possible first step to what could possibly help you out. Okay, so for your oracle for the second week, we have Ask Your Spirit Guide. So it could be if it is an offer or a possible solution to your issue and you're unsure about it, it's kind of asking you to kind of pray and meditate and kind of ask the spiritual realm, the universe, what is the correct step forward? Is this right for you or not? And kind of trusting that. But I think it is encouraging you to take the risk, it seems. But if you want that extra confirmation, you can ask for a sign from your spirit guide. that it is the correct path, or, ask to see if, like, you hear any feedback, if you, like, happen to hear, if you are a kind of clear audience and you can kind of hear some kind of guidance being whispered or spoken to you, then I would say, like, if you need that extra confirmation to want to move forward, then it's okay to ask for that. I mean, it just seems like you do have different choices in which through this journey, so it can seem a little overwhelming and a little confusing. It seems like you can see the potential of how it can help you grow and heal and for success. And you can see how much that it can bring to your life. And it's like something that you desperately need right now. It feels like something that you haven't had in a while. And as before, like I said, it feels stuck. You feel like almost helpless, like you can see the potential of what this can do, but it's like it may not feel like something that you're seeing immediate results. Like, even if you decide to go on this journey and be started, you're not getting the results that you were hoping to. Like, it hasn't come in quite yet, but you can see the potential for it. And so it can cloud your judgment decision is this something you really want to stick with? We have, if the world around you seems turbulent, stop. So if it does seem overwhelming, this new situation, kind of just, it's encouraging you to take a break. And if you have to go back to asking your spirit guides, or just like, if you feel like you're taking these steps forward, but it's not yet progressing, it's okay to take a break and step back into it if you feel like it is necessary, or move on. I mean, it just seems like, also for the 4th week, it just seems like it's just a lot of disappointment. Like, it's not working, the journey is not working the way that you had hoped that it would. And to you, it just seems so painful. It's like you're being blindsided by this. And just, it's almost like you're wondering why the cycle keeps happening to you, and you're ready to move on to the next part of your life. But again, it's like, you can see the potential, but you're realizing it may not be as good of a potential as you originally thought, but it still has there's some value to it. And it seems like you're going to be doing like a lot of introspection on the next steps. And just like, it's encouraging you not to wear yourself out in the process. That it's okay to like take your time processing through this. A lot of hard situations, not all the time. It doesn't always just come and heal itself within a couple weeks. Like, sometimes it does take months or years, and it's saying to like give yourself grace and be kind to yourself, nurture what it is that you are trying to heal and you're trying to move forward with. Nurture yourself through it. Take your time, take your steps. And I think that the doorway into something much more beautiful is right closer than you think. And I'm really getting that because we're both seeing these vines of beautiful flowers on both of these cards here. And even though it feels like this turbulence continues forward, it's like, it's knowing that something more beautiful is coming around the corner. Even if it doesn't feel like it's there quite yet, it doesn't mean that it won't come. You just have to nurture it and continue to manifest. Do not give up on this. Do not give up on yourself, and continue to comfort yourself. Know that the universe will never abandon you. You will not, even if it's not, again, not working out, you will never be alone through any of this. You will never be abandoned. You have that hand helping you out. You have the guidance watching over you, and it's okay to come and ask them, talk to them. Like, don't make yourself feel like you have to go through this alone. Like, you have that team with you. And it just seems like, even though this may be a hard month and you are on this new journey that you were hoping to bring you all the success, and even though it doesn't feel like it is, it's just continue to move forward and work with that. Know that your team is with you. You're not alone. And it just seems like for more people it does seem like it is a job for most people over health. there is so much more than you think. So you have more coming for you. And so it does seem like this fifth and final week of May, the 26th to 31st, you will be spending some time alone and introspecting. And almost like you may be introspecting a bit too much. So again, it's just like, don't feel like you're alone in this, and it's okay to like meditate and ask for guidance. And just sit, like just close your eyes for a little, take deep breaths and sit and listen and ask, what do I do? What do I need to know? And just sit there in silence and listen. And I feel like it will be spoken to you. I feel like the universe is trying to speak to you and give you messages to help with that guidance and not feeling like you are having to do this alone. And I think that's why the Hermit is in reverse, because it's warning you, like, I think that you do feel like you're alone in this and having to make these decisions alone and going through like this transition and trying this new job out that doesn't appear to be working for you, but knowing that there's so much more than you think. There's so much more. There's a reason why you're going through this, and you're getting pushed towards the right direction, and you will find something that does work for you. You will find that peace that is written in within the universe for you. And so it's just like, again, just sit there and ask what it is that you're needing to know. What is guidance do you need? And just sit and listen, and you will hear it. So we're going to get additional messages for you, pile 3. Additional messages. You guys would not believe the card. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read these real quick. So we have check. When you think about whatever it is you're pondering, take a moment to check in how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited for, or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. It's always so helpful. Again, I just think, there's no like again, but I just think that this is in regards of, if you do feel like this job is not fulfilling, that's why it's okay to take a break and take a breather away from it. Even though you're starting this new journey, it just doesn't feel like it's a good fit for you. It's okay to take a break and ask and see, is this the right step, or do you need to move on? Jump in, we have you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap anyway. This is the time. So you're trying out this new thing. We also have choice, which is why I believe we also have this card, because you're contemplating your choices and what you've had to make here. You're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. And now it's mentioning intuition. It's mentioning check in how you feel, see what you feel. Pay attention to what your inner guidance and intuition, both of those things are the universe. It's part of the oneness. These things are from the other realms, or the greater realms, the oneness trying to speak through you and trying to speak to you through that inner knowing. So it's like, it's really encouraging to go to them, to ask, to listen. This is the time for that. Let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. And this is the last card that I was saying. This sums it up. Ask for help. I'm telling you, they are coming through and they're saying, please communicate to us. This is the time to really learn to speak with us, to listen to us, to connect with us. This is the time to hone in your intuition. And I feel like this whole situation here is like a test, but also like a lesson to learn to hone into your intuition, to learn how to speak to your guides and to hear from them and to see what direction to go with their guidance. Because it seems like in the past you've been making all the decisions on your own and maybe not been in tune with your intuition as much, and kind of more just listening to like what your mind is thinking logically and like figuring it out that way, but you're not really feeling it out. So I feel like this is all about learning. This is being put into your life. This struggle is specifically being put into your life for you to grow this, for you to strengthen this muscle of being able to connect with that oneness, right? So you're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with the issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. They're like really pushing you like today. But yeah, this is for the month of May. All right. I was excited because today and May rhymed. Should be saying, do that in May. You do that for both. Additional messages for pile 3. Bravery. I already did additional messages. Why am I still doing it? I'm out of my mind. Apparently, I was supposed to pull one more card for you guys. Bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision. You will feel so much lighter when you do. So this could be releasing this new job that you have found, or this could honestly be releasing a job that you've been holding on to for so long and you've just been afraid to leave it. And that's why you feel stuck. So it could actually be either way, to be honest. It could be like that resistance for the new journey, but even though you know the new journey is going to heal you and be better for you, it could be something that you're resisting. But either way, it's one of the two. It's either you are now going to leave your job, or it's a new job that you found after you haven't been able to find one for a while and it's not what it cracked up to be and it's not working for you, or it has something to do with health. One of these. So go ahead and think of a question that you would like answered, and I'm going to go ahead and pull an answer card for you. So what is the answer? We have, be more specific, so I'm going to go ahead and pull another card. You should pursue a different course of action. And that goes through the way that what we've been talking about. But in the bottom we have stop pushing against what is align with what? Oh, sorry. That's 2 different sentences. They just didn't put a period in it. So stop pushing against what is. Align with it and move on. It's kind of like accepting with what's going on with life and being able to adapt to that and figure out the next steps from there instead of resisting. It's kind of like accepting what is and adapting to be able to move forward. If that is, moving away from whatever is not working, that's part of the adapting thing. But also, again, I'm going to say this again for your spirit guides so they're not mad at me. Because it really does feel like they really do want you to communicate to them and to rely on them and learn to listen to them and work with them. So, yeah, that's all the messages that I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for this reading. I hope you have a great month. Stay sentient, stay kind, and goodbye.